forgot to add. There we go. I had to add myself to the stream. Hey, girls. Hey. Hey, boys. Hey. Hello, men and women. It is a true crime day or night. Remy was NK in the house after the murders. I have no idea, but there is so much speculation going on. It's hard to really figure this case out. There's so many different scenarios that it could be. So, but I'm sitting here trying to rack my brain, trying to figure out why she would text him that and why she was so worried about it. That's what I want to know. Is why would she text at 2:44 p.m. on the day of the murders? Oh my God. That's absolutely ridiculous. They would freak out. It had nothing to do with Lucky Charms. And why is she lying? Even if it had nothing to do with anything, why is she lying and saying that that text was about Lucky Charms when just a breath before that, she said that she didn't know what that text had to do with, what it was referring to. Hey there. Hey, Remy. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Chronic Life KB and Mally's Mama and Lacey Brown. Hey, guys. Yeah, it's like brain boggling. And I can't believe that I missed this before, but it's because she mumbled it. She mumbled the text and then she tried to stay away from it. And I just thought she was talking about Lucky Charms for them. I didn't realize she was talking about a text when I very first heard this interview. I didn't realize she was talking about a text that she actually had gotten on her phone to pop up when she transferred from the iPhone to the Android. She got this text to pop up that said that she sent it to him at 2:44. It was an hour before she admitted to talking to him at 3:45. Remember, she said he texted her when she got off work that day and Jim was at her house. That's what she said in earlier interviews, that she didn't talk to Chris that day until 3:45 when she got off work, and he said to call her that the cops were at her house, and she said that she hung out with Jim for a few minutes and then she stepped out on her back patio to call him. So why in the world did she never mention that she texted him at 2:44 those words? I just don't get it. Oh, yes, you have to watch that last video. That's what this video is about, Ivy. Go watch it and come back. Go finish it. It's about that text. I didn't pick it up the first time I listened to it. Chronic Life KB, so much does not add up. If not guilty, then why the millions of lies to cover lies? Yes, to cover more lies. And then, of course, all the deceit and delete. Yes, it drives me crazy that she did that. That literally, I want to know, now my brain's going to just be going 100 miles a minute about what she could possibly have meant by sending that message to Chris at 2:44 on the day of the murders. That, oh my God, that's absolutely ridiculous. They would freak out. And she also, this is the same time that she's texted him to pawn Shanann's ring. So I honestly do believe that she knew that something terrible was about to happen and didn't stop it at the very least. At the most, she was there when it happened. But at the very least, she knew it was going to happen. She did. And it flattered her. It made her think that it was, let me tell my daughter I'm live. That she was something, that he would do anything. And maybe she even maybe it's as far as she didn't think he was serious or that he would go through with it. But she either told him to do this. She even in this interview says, I don't understand how he could kill his kids when I told him to be all about his kids. So why would he take them out? Wouldn't he want to make me happy? It's not like I was going to be with him after he said his family disappeared. And then, her creepy messages to Charlotte about how she really didn't like all of that part about him. She was uncomfortable with the fact that he had kids. Hi, Save Robbie. Hello, everybody. Hi, Terry J, Jennifer Main, Ashley Newsom, Ivy Lynn, Kathy, Sarah. Oh, my texts are just coming on in. Yes, Lucky Charm is a type of a ecstasy pill. I think it's a type of THC juice too, like the carts. Was she pissed that she knew Shanann's friends would freak out? I don't know, but I want to know why no one ever took her phone. Like, they were okay with her not giving them her Android phone. And she had been talking on this phone for the last 2 days, and they were okay with her not giving them any information off of it. She had been Googling everything and searching how she could keep cops from getting those text messages. And she knew that if she didn't sign into her Google account, that they couldn't download their cloud software to get off that phone what they needed. That cop even trusted her to send him. He didn't stand there over her shoulder while she sent the screenshots of the text messages that popped up in her phone. He trusted her that she sent all of them. Then she told him he has them all, and then backtracked and said, oh, you don't have this last one. The one that she swore couldn't have went in on the 13th. The one she said she didn't know anything about, and what it was referring to. And then all of a sudden it was about unicorn marshmallow Lucky Charms. Hi, Brandy. Hi, Redmilia. Hello, Danielle. Especially how she hesitated to forward that text on the 13th over to the investigator. Exactly, Mally's mama. She did. She was hesitant about it. She tried to say at first that he had them all, and then he goes, make sure you don't send them to anybody else, and make sure you send me all of them. As soon as he said, making sure you send me all of them, she goes, oh, wait, you don't have this last one on the 13th. And the one on the 13th wasn't the 3:45 text that Nichol admitted to talking to Chris about. The one on the 13th was the one that said, oh my God, that's absolutely ridiculous. They would freak out. And so then she all of a sudden had a story after that, after she thought for a minute, that she was texting Chris about Lucky Charms. Just out of nowhere, she's going to text Chris about Lucky Charms and they eat healthy. I find that very hard to believe. And she also tries to pretend like she didn't know what day she sent that text. She very adamantly pretended like she did not know that Monday was the 13th, and she very adamantly did not know that the 13th happened to be the Monday of the murder. She tried to pretend to absolutely be clueless about that day, and she is a liar. Yes, exactly, Lacey Brown. She knew he was planning something at the very least. If she didn't help, she knew he was planning something. Yes, and speaking of her dad, 1323 Dawn, she was acting very cocky to the agent about her dad. She said that, yeah, and my dad doesn't really need to know everything. And then she realized what she was saying, and she said, "Oh, well, he knows I'm here. He just doesn't know what about." And she was trying to act like that she wasn't um, being told what to do by daddy all the time, but that's so not true. There's also a text from one of them asking, "Are we bad people?" Yes, they exactly. And you don't call yourself a bad person for dating a separated man. You don't call yourself a bad person for dating a man that's getting a divorce. You call yourself a bad person for being a homewrecker. Crap, I missed it due to waiting on the 11 p.m. live. I'm sorry, Miss T. I tried to text you right after you texted me in that live stream and said I changed it. I changed it to 10 o'clock just for you because you said 2 hours and it sounded like a long time. And so I was like, okay, I'll move it up an hour. I'm sorry, love. Ashley, yes, Jennifer. Something is up with that bad people text. That's my middle name, Jennifer. Oh, awesome, Ashley. Hey, everybody. So, yeah, it's just driving me crazy that as soon as they start talking about the text that Chris is sending, I'll do a recap, Miss T. As soon as the agent and NK start talking about the text that popped up on her new phone when she transferred from her iPhone to this old Android she had about 10 to 12 texts from Chris on there. And they went as far back from June 27th to June 29th when he's saying he's loyal. The first day that Shanann took off to go to North Carolina. And they're talking about missing being in each other's arms and how he doesn't play games and blah, 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 blah. All that horse crap. Well, then there's no text in between, and there's one text from the 11th, and there's one text from the 17th, which bothers me because she said she quit texting Chris right out 2 days after the murders on the 15th, but she's caught in this interview saying she texted him on August 17th. So there you have another thing. But then she goes back to, oh, wait, there's one on the 13th, but I don't know what it's referring to, she says to this agent. Maybe it's out of order because I don't know what it's referring to. And when the agent reads that text, he reads the words. It says that she sent this text to Chris at 2:44 on the day of the murders at 8:13. On August 13th, the day of the murders at 2:44 p.m. She would still be at work. Chris would be at his house with Nichol Atkinson, going through everything, trying to find Shanann. And NK texts him, and we all know that same day she texts him to tell him to pawn Shanann's ring. Well, she also texts him that these words, "Oh my God, that's absolutely ridiculous. They would freak out." And the agent and NK even talk about how it could look really bad, this text. And the agent asked her what she meant by it because it could be misconstrued. And NK then miraculously knows what the text is and miraculously knows that she did send it that day. And oh, it makes sense that she was talking about unicorn marshmallow Lucky Charms. She said that she just told Chris that the girls would freak out if they saw these. So there was no picture of no unicorn Lucky Charms that came through. There was nothing with that about Lucky Charms. And if it was about Lucky Charms, then why didn't you say that beforehand? Why were you freaking out beforehand saying, I don't know what that last text is all about? It's probably from the wrong day. It probably didn't get sent on the 13th. Then she went the route of, oh, I didn't know the 13th was the 13th. I didn't think that was Monday. Then she went the route of unicorn marshmallow Lucky Charms is what she was meaning. And then you could feel the relief in her interview that, whoo, she figured out how she was going to get out of that one. And it was just sickening. And the detective allowed her to send screenshots of these texts because she couldn't remember her password, so they couldn't get anything off of her new phone. She never gave her new phone to the police, and when she did, that they couldn't even put their app in it that they needed to use, or they couldn't hook it up and get anything out of it because she did not give them her Google account password. She could have got it sent to her. She could have done forgot my password, and she did not want them in that phone. And they didn't press her to get in that phone, and they didn't get in that phone. She walked out of that building with that phone and only giving them those 12 texts through screenshots. Now, let me go back up and read some comments. Sorry. All right. This is everybody saying hello. I love my subscribers. They are so good to each other, too, not just me. Something that bothers me is we are so affected by the murders and we are on the outside looking in, but NK is on the inside. All she works about is the interview is poor me, poor me, poor me. Yes, Jennifer Maine, that is crazy. I think she didn't want Shanann Watts' friends to know she was missing because they definitely did freak out. Yes, girl. She wasn't devastated. She isn't falling apart. She can't even bring herself to show Shanann some respect, knowing she's no longer here. It's mind-blowing. Yes, and in this last interview, she put her sunglasses on for a minute, and then she realized what she was doing and put them on her head. She flipped around with her ponytail. She went to the bathroom for 3 minutes. She was like in and out of the bathroom. She was holding her head. She was humming to herself. She was talking to herself. Yes, Chronic Life KB, thank you so much. Let's all hit the like button for me, pretty please. I'm almost at 1,000 subs. I'm so close. I'm like 60 away. Thank you so much for the love, Chronic Life. And thank you, everybody else. Neither are devastated. That is absolutely right, Brandy. I wonder the reason she is not seen is because she already locked up. No one has not seen or heard from her. She told the detective in that interview that it would be tricky to find out where she lived. She had already moved in that interview, saying that she did not want to go back to that apartment, that she never would. She acted like it had like some kind of dark hex over it, and that she had a new place, and the detective even says, I don't even know where it is. And he says, it can't be in your family's name because they would be able to find you easily that way. And she goes, nope, that's not it. And she literally said it would be tricky to find her. So she's probably in the same place that she was in before. And like people said, maybe she had some plastic surgery. She dyed her hair. She could keep it short and blonde, and we would never, ever recognize her, you guys. People have clones. People look like other people all the time. Yes, hit my like button. She remembers that text but can't recall a 111-minute conversation. Yes, girl, that is crazy to me too. I'm in the mood for some Lucky Charms. Yep, you got that right, Brandy. I do like Lucky Charms. I like to eat the marshmallows out too. I'm that girl. I truly think that NK has zero emotions, almost like a hollow soul. I'm not sure how she has no emotions. I try and I never knew any of them. Yes, exactly. Chronic Life. That is so true. I don't know how any of them don't have any emotions. Her and Chris were a perfect match. That's why they were so perfect for each other. They both were psychopaths. Yes. Let's see. She's pretending to be done with technology. Yes, she was. I agree. High on pills or coke and scared. That's why she was shaking. Yes, I think she was high on pills because she talks a lot too. And when you're high on pills, you want to give your whole life story. And she was getting in depth about the oil field and how women aren't looked at in the oil field. It's hard being a woman out there. They think you can't do it. I mean, she would just get too far into detail. She definitely was on coke or pain medicine because both of them make you talk a bunch. She also said in an interview that she found an apartment for Chris near the kid's school. But before she said Chris didn't tell her where the girl's school was. Yes, she did say she wanted to make sure it was close to the school and close to her. She kept saying her. And she kept asking him where she was going to be. And he finally told her Frederick. They found each other and they deserved each other. They both were psychopaths. Sorry, Chris and MK need to be thrown in an oil tank full of crude oil. Yes. She was restless and anxious throughout that whole thing. She hated being in there alone with no phones. Misty, where's the alleged text she sent him about the battery right after the murder? I can't wait till it goes to he goes to general population. Yes, hair FX. They both lost a lot of weight. Oh yes, exactly. And pain pills will make you do it. And Jim could have been selling pain pills, you guys. I was paying $45 for mine in the end for 30 milligram oxycodone, which is the generic name for Percocet. It just didn't have the Tylenol in it. So it wasn't a oxycodone, hydro, whatever. It was just pure Percocet, and those run on the street for $45. So that's a lot of money in those things. And they make you lose weight because I was addicted to them for a long time. Thank you, AJ, aka Audrey. That is nice. I agree, Hair FX. Thank you, Save Robbie. I'm trying to get to everybody's comments. Okay, there I was. I'm trying to catch up. Not easy. They're both compulsive liars. Dr. Phil found her. I'm curious, Feisty Taco, to see Dr. Phil's episode on Thursday. His podcast, his final one, will come out, and he will bust it out if he did find her. I hope she don't come to my town either, Dawn. Elizabeth Gregory. Hey, girl, hey. As soon as he bends over to pick up that bar of soap, I hope Dr. Phil gets her on his show so he can ask her everything. Yes, he is good. I'm not a huge fan, but he is good at asking questions, that's for sure. Yes, I'm close to 1,000. I'm so excited, AJ, aka Audrey. Chronic Life, Save Robbie. You are so kind. You help so many great creators by sharing them. You're off tonight, Robbie. So good to see you here. Yes, thank you, Robbie. I subscribed to him today. From what you guys are saying, he is awesome sauce. She shouldn't be hard to find. She's most definitely a streetwalker messing with other married men. Yes, Ashley Newsom. She really thought she was smart, saying, nope, I wonder if they could ping her phone. Law enforcement should have had surveillance on her. What if she was hiding evidence? Yeah, they should have followed her that day instead of him being like, yeah, I don't know where you live either. They should have followed her right up out of there. I mean, come on. She was cocky to him. It's like her dad had something over his head because he tiptoed around her. He was like, there's no charges against you. You're a witness. I mean, it was horrid to watch twice. Enjoy your break, say Robbie. Yeah, I thought she was so stoned or something. Her voice. Ivy Lynn, yes. No tank full of acid. Yes. I say yes a lot. I know. Okay. Why search for wedding dresses if he was married still? Hello, new here. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Kathy. What they are like 10 to 15 here. No, she's not a dummy. She knew what she was doing, acting like a dummy. Her dad probably told her what to say and do. Wait, I gotta say some. Ivy Lou. Yeah, me too. I'm off of it now. I was prescribed them, then the doctor cut me off. Yes, I got hooked on them through a doctor as well. The rehab center Feisty Taco did pay for her birthday trip. What's up with that? Thank you for the recap. Wow, she absolutely is lying about the unicorns, in my opinion. Yes, Miss T. I could see right through her interview. Shady as hell. Yes, Danielle. Hey, girl, new here. Once Upon a Crime in the West. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Like, okay, when I text out and it doesn't send, then I switch phones. It never ever sends the old non-sent messages from the old phones from the new ones. Okay, that makes sense. I believe NK is guilty. Me too. Once Upon a Crime in the West. Yeah, I'm not sure he divulged that info legally. Ivy Lou says, ever it's by device, so she lied like hell. Welcome, new subs. Everyone is nice in here. I was new last night. Oh, thank you, Brandy. You're awesome. Once Upon a Crime in the West. Thank you, Robbie, too. Soon, NK is college educated, yet she cannot use basic functions on her cell phone. Okay. My chat goes fast. I'm going to need moderators very soon. Downtown Denver is full of crazies people tonight. Not only playing dumb, but flirting with the cops. Alma. Hello, Alma. Thank you, Becky. She's too dumb to go on Dr. Phil. Yes, Kathy. Yeah, I want to go to rehab to see if somebody will pay for me a cabin. I binge watch Dr. Phil. I'm not a fan of everything about him, but I do binge watch him. I mean, he gets to the tea, Brandy. He definitely does spill some tea and some wine and lots of stuff. Siri, be careful because those what trolls and lovers of the evil person are looking. I want Dieter to write a book. I'll definitely buy that. Play Watch Trolls, the Watch Trolls. Okay, so I did get some information, you guys, about speaking of the cabin and the Venmo payments and stuff like that. I noticed that NK sent a lot of Venmo payments to Jim, which makes me think that she was addicted to pain pills and buying pain pills from Jim, hence the oxys and all of that. But Danielle came over on August 10th. We all know that from the interview, that when she paid her back 2 days later for a taxi cab and a Venmo, and it was for or Uber and drinks. She paid her back because she stayed the night with her on Friday the 10th. We all know that, right? Well, that Danielle girl that stays with her, they work on the same oil industry called Sunburst. And Jim worked for this Sunburst industry too. And that Sunburst company is based out of Billings, Montana. And on Danielle's profile in March of 2018, the same Danielle that stayed the night with Nichol Kessinger on that Friday, the same one she paid that money to from the Venmo. If you look at that post from March of 2018 on Danielle's profile, you will see that one of Trent Bolt's relatives liked that post. And then if you go to that person's profile, you will find Trent Bolt on it because they're cousins. And another YouTuber has said that NK's friend Danielle is friends with Trent Bolt's cousin. So, another part of the tea is that both Trent's relatives and Danielle lives in Montana. And NK used to live in Evansville, Wyoming. Well, that Trent Bolt guy, the one that came out and said that he had that, I don't want to know what to say, that interaction with Chris, that gay male that said he had that interaction with Chris. Well, he lives in Casper, Wyoming, which is 3 miles away from where NK used to live in Evansville, Wyoming. And in the discovery, Trent Bolt's mom says that she knew that Trent was involved in this Chris Watts thing. So if you want to check this out, you can go to True Crime Colorado and check out all that information. They have it all up together. It's True Crime Colorado. They're a new channel. And they are saying that NK's friend Danielle is friends with Trent Bolt's cousin, and that NK used to live in a town 3 miles away from this Trent Bolt guy. Remember all the dark things that were supposed to happen in NK's apartment? Remember all of that? Well, remember, Trent was supposed to have not had anything to do with Chris, but it's a really big coincidence that Nichol Kessinger used to live next to Trent Bolt 3 miles away. Well, there is a tie to Trent Bolt. He got busted out before and said he was lying. How do we know that NK's dad didn't go to Trent Bolt and say, hey, here's some money, shut up, you're going to drag my daughter back into this? Because Trent is tied to the Kessingers. So go check it out on True Crime Colorado. And you heard that here first. If it does end up coming out that Trent really is involved, then I tell you guys everything, all the speculation. I let you decide until we get facts. I give you all the facts. I give you all the possibilities that it could be this, it could be that. And I too have my mind opened completely. You could sway me if you show me some facts. And the True Crime Colorado showed it with pictures and everything. And they said that Danielle's friend, or NK's friend Danielle, is friends with Trent Bolt's cousin through Facebook, and that Trent Bolt and Nichol Kessinger used to live 3 miles from the same town. Crazy had tangled web it spins. And we will have Nichol Kessinger's chapter coming out soon. We'll have more juicy details from Dr. Oz. We'll have Dr. Phil's podcast coming out. And I'm going to hunt down some more interviews. There's got to be more interviews besides the ones I've covered so far. And we're also going to break down Chris's Wisconsin interview. And that should be interesting, and to see what everybody has to say with that. All right, let me scroll up. Y'all don't get mad at me for not reading comments. Yeah, they're all liars. Trent Bolt fits in, though, Jennifer Main, because NK's a liar, Chris is a liar, Trent's a liar. So we could probably take a piece of all of their information, put it together, and get the truth. Yeah, she might be behind Trent Bolt throwing law enforcement off her trail. It might have been a setup. Exactly. Chris might not even know Trent Bolt, but NK put him out there to do that. It might be NK behind that, and that he really didn't know the Watts. Exactly, Short Knife. Yes, Brenda Smith. I love that channel too. They just get down to the nitty gritty. Trent is the homosexual that said him and Chris had inner exchanges off of a dating app like Tinder or whatever those apps are that you link up with people just to have sex. He said he met Chris on one of those and they had a date. That's who Trent Bolt is, or whatever his name was. Yeah, Trent Bolt. And Trent Bolt's name is mentioned in Discovery. His mother is interviewed, and she said that she knew her son was wrapped up in the Chris Watts thing. Yeah, even his mom doubted her own son. Yes, the interrogations were longer than what we saw. Yeah, or maybe he did, and Chris won't talk about it. Yes, Alma. Trent is a mess. Yeah, save Robbie. He probably doesn't know Chris, but what people are saying is that he knows NK, and maybe NK paid him to throw them off of her trail, to get the heat off of her for a little while and put it on him for a little bit. Maybe he has no idea who Chris is, and they put him up to it since he is friends with Danielle, which is friends with Nichol. True ageless beauty. I don't know either. The only thing I know is what's in Discovery, and that's it. I don't even believe what Chris has told us so far. The only thing I believe is what is in Discovery and what law enforcement and prosecutors think. So, I mean, I don't even know if I believe that the girls were alive when they went to the oil field. He could have heard what Armchair Detective was saying during this time from somebody. Even his attorneys could have told him, hey, this guy's saying the girls were alive, and Chris decided to run with it. Just like he decided to run with the other thing. Anything that anybody said to Chris, he could have used because he decided to run with the whole Shanann killed the girls thing too when he heard it. So when he heard that this man on YouTube is saying that the girls were still alive, then maybe Chris decided to lie and make that story true. We don't really know what is true and what's not. Maybe Brandy. Maybe Patty. She's not going to go on Dr. Phil, Miss T. I guarantee you she will never go on Dr. Phil. I think that Dr. Phil might have hired his private investigators to find her, but he only has one more of those podcasts left, and he said that podcast was about Chris in jail now and how he was doing in jail. NK was involved big time. Yes, Togetherness 11. You're right. Janine Stella, I think that her father had a lot to do with her getting away with whatever she did. She's so innocent. She should come out and say it. Yes, I agree, Janine. Yeah, because at the interview in February, he said he wasn't there a video to detectives. I don't think the girls were alive either, Kathy. Yeah, I mean, he could have just said that because some YouTuber was saying that. Ageless beauty, in a way, I think too, but there's so much missing information and questions for NK. Yes, Shay Nicole. Um, well, remember NK was searching Google threesomes along with other sexual things. Maybe TB was part of that. I don't feel he'll ever tell the truth. Me either, Feisty Taco. I thought that, Kathy, too. He tells half truths. He's a liar, but when he said the girls said it smelled in the truck, sounds like something a child would say. Yes, I agree. But then again, he got into detail about what Shanann did to kill the girls very quickly. even though it didn't happen. He was able to give details of seeing it on the monitor and her being blue. So he could have said that the girls said it stunk in there, just describing what he thought happened. You know what I mean? Or if he's really good at being fake on the spot. He tells. Oh, I already read that. In case Dad is a Freemason, Feisty Taco, I agree. I think these people had dark sex parties at the homewrecker's place. Chris Ross speaks about dark things. Yeah, but it was an apartment because it could be too big. It wouldn't have smelled though because there was no blood or bodily fluids. Well, Chris says in the book that Shanann had already relieved herself, so he says that's why it smelled. MK makes Amber Frey look like Mother Teresa. Yeah. Not, she don't make Crystal Kenny. They both are like twins, her and Crystal Kenny. Yeah. I don't know. It's hard, Victoria Jones. It's hard to think that the authorities know where she is. They let her walk out with her cell phone when she was clearly talking to her friends. Her friend asked if she was on house arrest or under investigation, and they still let her take her phone out of that interview and didn't make her put her password in. They didn't download anything out of her phone. I mean, it's hard to have a lot of confidence in the law enforcement knowing where Kessinger's at. Yes, her phone pinged in Frederick, Colorado. Thank you, Ageless Beauty. I believe you lost, Cookie. Oh, that's a great idea, Togetherness 11. A civil suit would bring her out of the woodworks. Yes, Tina brings up a good point. Why would he take a picture of the fridge and who'd he send it to? Thank you, Ivy Lou. He says that it all happened, Ivy Lou, and he wrapped her up in the sheet after he killed her. He said that he knew she was gone because she did that. So you're right. It would be minutes after death, not a while after. I knew what you meant, Ivy Lou. I agree, Togetherness 11. And my dad is a police officer. So I'm not hating on all police officers. They got the killer. They decided that they were good with the lesser of the two. And they dropped the ball on NK. They let her go, man. They let her go. People keep saying, oh, they would charge her if she was guilty. They don't have enough evidence to do that. They don't have enough evidence to charge her. But we have enough facts to shame her. I'm not going to feel bad for shaming her. She got away with murder. People want me to just leave her alone, but I'm sorry. She got away with murder. Why do I have to leave her alone? Yes, Julie Johnson. Bless all the victims of violent crimes. I agree. Bless them. And when all parties involved are not held accountable, then the party that's not held accountable needs to just be happy that she's out and free and walking and roaming and not worry that me as a YouTuber is dissecting her interviews. Gloves were in the bedroom where the sheets were pulled off the bed. Chris would have not need to hide his DNA, but NK would. I would if those were ever tested. I wonder if those were ever tested. Oh, I just now heard that. I got chills when Chris Watts says Shanann's eyes filled with red blood. Yeah, me too, Shelly. Yeah, they could still get a tip from someone, or Chris Watts may decide to talk. The detective was afraid he would never get rid of Nichol. Yeah, he wanted her to shut up and leave. He was tired of her talking. He told her not everything's important. He just wanted to get out of there. Excuse me. I won't leave her alone. If I knew where she was, I'd kick her. Ah, I love it, Brandy. He came here from Save Robbie, sharing your stream. Love the blue shirt you have on. Oh, thank you. Chris needs to flip like he did what he did too, but she needs to be jailed too. Did they even have NK's DNA? Yes, Ivy. They knew NK was definitely a nutcase. I thought about those gloves and DNA also. I hope the new lady gets in Chris's head and he flips on NK. The gloves were spotted in the body cam footage. That's awesome, Jennifer Main. That's a good detail I did not know. And you're right. I hope who said that? I hope the girlfriend gets in his head too. Whoever said that, I do too. I hope that Anna or whoever that girl is, that they're mentoring each other. I hope she gets in his head and helps him to flip on NK too. I think she's the reason why he said all these bad things about NK in the book. He chose a pretty bad chapter in Proverbs about a prostitute that lures men into their deaths about NK. So I'm saying another year or two, and he's finally going to tell us. And I also think that there's a lot in that chapter about about NK that Sherilyn Cato's editor made her remove. And I think because it has dark magic in it or a lot of lewd sexual acts in it, that they made her take it out because the rest of the book was like, more just facts and, case talking and lawyer talk. And so that chapter on NK was made the book a little too racy. And so they made her take it out. We're good, silly Matt Jeff. Thank you. Chris knows what secrets. I feel bad for the detective that interviewed her. Can you imagine sitting across the table from that thing? Yeah, Brenda Smith. Why is he so fixated on her mascara running down her face? NK wants the skank knocking out of her. I would certainly give her a scut if I came across her in a dark alley. Tina Ward. Chris had a dark mind. Yes, we will ever get to hear the NK chapter from Kate. You know I'm going to be busting it out to you guys if I hear it. The second I hear it, it'll be all over YouTube. All those Patreon people that pay to hear it will be letting us know what's going on with it. We will know. Trust me, you guys. I stay on top of this. We will know. I mean, you guys got the Dr. Phil episode the day it came out. So you're going to get the Dr. Oz episode on Tuesday, the day it comes out. So, and the December 2nd episode on Oxygen. I mean, I'm going to keep you guys informed. I think those cops did a sloppy job on this case. A lot of things were looked over, and a whole situation with NK was sloppy too. The way they gave her all this respect just because she came forth first. Thank you, Shay Nicole. Amen. I agree. How is Cato supposed to release the new chapter? JB, she's supposed to be doing it in Critical K's Patreon group. And 2 days prior to the murder, NK Googled Shanann, Ronnie Watts, and Chris's house address. Yes, Togetherness 11. Can you say it to the people in the back? That is true. Brandy, thanks, hon. I'm hooked like the rest of us for justice. Yes, 1323 Dawn. Thank you so much for sharing with me earlier today. And I knew what you meant, JB. You're welcome, Red Amelia. Kata was shell-shocked from meeting the Watts. Yes, and she is like upset about all the threats she's getting, and she says that it's just made her sick, this book. Megan JCH has lots of info. She is great as Sin. Twisted True Cindy just showed a video from Matt's camera. Looks like NK to me. Maybe. I want NK punished for Shanann, Bella, Cece, and Nico. Lots of money was made. It is probably they let NK go free and clear. Chris has agreed to all the murders. If so, could she walk free from all this? Hello from KY. New sub here, Mama Beauties. I really love all your content. Just found you in my recommended channels. I hope I'm welcome here. Yes, country gal. Bring it on in, sister. All opinions matter here, even if they do not match my own. Who's Matt? I want to know who Matt is too, Alma Alma. Great question. That's why I'm sub to you. You are doing a great job. I love your channel. Thank you. Ageless Beauty. You are precious. Thank you. Colorado Cops. I know good job better than Colorado Springs. Think Ronnie and Cindy called the hit a while ago in 2017. So mad I can't type. I thought NK only came forward because her boss sent her work emails to the police. That is true. Fog darts. NK came forward because her boss sent their emails to the police. She came forward after the police already knew about her and Chris's emails. As women, we need to band together. Too many women being murdered. Yes, Patty Allen. That's why we cover these things, is hoping that we could change something and make sure another one doesn't happen. You're welcome, Dawn. It's so obvious she's hiding the truth. It was NK and she had nothing to hide. I'd be giving me a lie detector test. Not if he'd flip and do the right thing. Cindy says she had a feeling bad thing was going to happen. She's guilty of not protecting the girls. I love you and your channel. Thank you, Young Nation. Of course, country gal, anytime. I'm honored to have you, actually. If NK is innocent, why is her father not coming out and saying it? He had no problem going to the Popo with her, and he went with her twice. He went to the first interview, too, in the park in Arvada. Yes, Patty, agreed. A big conspiracy about money from oil company, clear women in Nate's CCTV. Late again, but I'm here. We are having a crazier than usual weekend. Hey, Andrews, thank you. Thank you for being here. I can't believe there are 93 here. Thank you. I clicked out. I need to calm down. You're okay, Brandy. Your opinion matters here. You're welcome. You are welcome to say whatever you want. You are fine. Does good women need to band together and pick out the evil trolls? Do not let them get you down a lot. Let them make a fool of us. Had not left them bring us down. We'll make a negative into a positive. No, NK realized now she's straight stupid. Only after deleting evidence. She destroyed evidence. This case terrifies me. I'm so sorry, Ivy Lou. Yes, it is very scary that you just never know what is in your own behind other closed doors. Yes, I agree, Tina Ward. I agree. Very fishy. Fishy, fishy. It's just crazy. None of it makes sense. And I want to see the CZ, the footage of Nate of this van creeping by the house really slow and this woman getting out. Does anybody know? Has anyone ever seen that footage? The footage that Sherilyn Cato writes about in the book, the footage that other people are talking about. about how the van slowly passed by. You couldn't tell if the woman got out of it or not, but you could see her walking up to the door after Chris went arrested. I never saw that footage. Thank you, country gal. Right, togetherness 11. I agree. I just told everyone that they lived within 3 miles from each other at one point. They knew each other. She's got to be out of the USA, Burnett. Yes, life is too short. Enjoy. I've been single for 4 years. I'm not with anybody. I don't want to be with anybody. People are saying, oh, you'll end up dying alone. Good. Because when I get to go to the grocery store, I buy what me and my kid likes to eat. I change the channel on whatever I want. If I had a man right now, he'd be telling me to get off this computer. He'd be telling me to get up off of YouTube and do this or do that. I get to decide what we do on the weekends. I get to decide everything at Christmas time. There's no arguing. I never have to worry about my cell phone. Like, I don't even know where it is right now. I never have to worry about it, because if I don't respond to my significant other, I'm cheating or whatever, all that hogwash. It has been a breath of fresh air. I'm 41 years old. I've been with somebody my whole life. And I finally took 4 years to find out what I like. And it is awesome. Now I'm scared that I might not ever get with anybody because I enjoy being alone so much. Maybe she's already in jail on obstruction of justice. I'm single, living with 3 adult kids. I bet you NK is in Canada. Yes, they are hiding a lot of things. Yes, Miss T. Cheers to the single ladies. To the single ladies. Put your hands up. Up, You go, Ivy. That's right. Man, they just start telling you what to do. And the worst part is that you meet somebody's representative for like the 6 months. You fall in love with this person. They're like awesome. And then you go on vacation together and you have to stay 3 nights together in a row. And you find out that this person gets up in the morning and lays around for 4 hours before they even take a shower. Or you find out that this person is just a slob. Like, you meet someone's representative the first 6 months that you meet somebody. You don't really get to meet who they are because they're on their best behavior. They're trying to like everything that you like. And it's just too much. Too many games, too much BS. I ain't even about it. It is too much work. Yep. I agree. But you guys, I have been on here for an hour. I just wanted to come on here and talk about my video that I uploaded. I am going to get off here and make sure my son doesn't need anything. And I may come back. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Don't hold me to it. I've got to put my nails on. They're naked right now. And I sell these nails right here. I'll put the link in the comments once this video uploads. These are only $5 a pack, you guys. And you get 18 double-ended strips. It's 100% real nail polish that you just stick on your nail and then fold over the excess and then file downwards, and bam, you've got beautiful nails. It comes off with acetone or regular nail polish. If you have fake nails, you can put them on top of those as well. There are a bunch of different strips that you can see which one fits, and it's so easy. They last for about 2 weeks, and so there's 200 different designs to choose from. So once this video uploads on YouTube, I'm going to put it in the description box, not the description, but in the comments, the link, so how you can get to my website. Now, if you just love this idea and you can't believe they're $5, you've been buying them from our competitors and paying $13 for them. Yes, they are $5 a pack, and you're going to get more than one. They are buy 8, get your 9th one free. So if you spend $40, you do get your free one, but you got to make sure to put that 9th set into the cart when you check out. So you will get 9 sets for $40, and then shipping is $4.95 no matter how many sets you get, and that does come first class with tracking. So thank you so much for watching. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to leave it in the comment box. I am almost at 1,000, and I couldn't have done it without each and every one of you. I am so forever grateful. Thank you for taking this journey with me. You have no idea how grateful I am, how excited I am, how I couldn't have done it with each and every one of you. I feel like I've gotten to know each and every one of you. We're growing close. It's like a family here. And this is an outlet. And welcome to all my new people. If you're new, you are welcome here. You can have an opinion. Just keep it respectful is all that I ask. And we've all been able to agree to disagree if we don't see eye to eye. And so you're safe here. There will be no hate tolerated in this community. So bye, everyone. Bye. Talk to you later. Maybe I'll see you tonight. Maybe it'll be tomorrow. But otherwise, everybody love and light, and have a great Saturday. Bye. Woo-hoo.